Good morning, Collective and Soul Tribe. Happy Wednesday. Okay. Today is November 19th. All right. We are in the middle of the week. We are halfway there. All right, guys. I know, you know, it sounds like we're wishing our lives away, but we're not. Okay. I get it. Those who work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, I feel y'all. I feel y'all. All right, guys. We are in the middle of the week. We're almost there. It's almost Friday. We got 2 more days to go, and then it's freedom, y'all. It's freedom. And for anybody who works on the weekend, I feel y'all too. I feel y'all too. All right. I was there once. I know the feeling. So if you have a week, like a day off, during the week or whatever the case may be, I hope you guys enjoy your day off whenever time you get it. But let's get started, guys. Okay. I hope you guys are having a really good day so far today. All right. I'm going to pull some random tarot and oracle messages for you guys just to see what you might need to know for today or just in general or whatever thoughts you may have, going on in your mind. I will try my best to pick up that energy and see if I can relay it to you guys. So let's jump in. Okay. Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective at this time for November 19th? What do they need to know for November 19th, please? Please give the collective clear, concise messages at this time for November 19th and what they might need to know. And also, I did post a blog today talking about what you guys might be needing to know from November 22nd. Confirmation with the horn to the 30th. So if you guys want to check that out, you can check it out whatever time. But I did post that early this morning today so that you guys can get it before the 22nd. Kind of, prepare yourself, for the next few days and what's to come. And then hopefully when we get closer to the end of the month, I'm hoping maybe I can do like a December forecast just to see what you guys might need to know for the month of December. Okay. Or even if it's like the first week of December, okay? So let's see. Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective for November 19th, please? What does the collective need to know for November 19th, Spirit? Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective for November 19th? What do they need to know at this time, please? Okay, well, this came out kind of weird, but I'll still take it out, okay? So for some of you guys, Four of Pentacles is very significant at this time. Some of you may have Sun in Capricorn energy. This is root chakra as well, what you have, right? So for some of you guys, when it comes to the number 4, fours talk about your stability, your structure, and your foundation, okay? What it is that you're protecting, what it is that you're building at this time. So when it comes to being grounded, having discipline, reliability, it's almost giving Saturn energy as well. Right? So that could be confirmation for some of you guys. Maybe you have Saturn in Capricorn, but Sun in Capricorn is very significant. This is about self-vitality, right? For some of you guys are focusing right now on your roots, your family, and things that matter to you right now. So your inheritance, your emotions, foundations, things of that matter, okay? Feminine energies may be significant for somebody at this time, but again, there's something about your energy when it comes to stability, when it comes to saving as well. So having boundaries at this time could be very significant for some of you. Yeah, Seven of Swords could be very significant. So this is about strategy. Okay, there's something about you could be finding something out in the next few days or so. Okay, but obviously take what resonates with this, right? About that, yeah. So there is something about this energy where you could feel like there could be a lot of deception, lies, trickery, secrecy, right? But when it comes to you being resourceful at this time, that's probably the energy too. So there could be this energy of sneakiness or trickery when in actuality there could be something where you could be taking your swords with you and leaving two swords behind. So you know when somebody's like leaving a home, say they're moving, that's the energy that I'm picking up. Maybe you're a Capricorn sun and maybe you're wanting to move into newer beginnings. So it almost feels like you guys are kind of being sneaky about it, even though you're not. There is this energy though with your heart chakra. Moon in Aquarius is very significant. And funny enough, I was able to take out my Moonology deck. So I will be doing some messages about that too. So there's something about the moon that could be very significant. Seventh house is about, you know, personal relationships, okay, business contracts, you know, things like that, right? Shadow self and justice. So for some of you guys, when it comes to like angel number 7, this is about spirituality and introspection, okay? You guys maybe can see things that others maybe don't see. There's an inner knowing, and even when it comes to like your reflection, your clarity, just awakening as well with your spiritual gifts, that is very significant at this time, okay? So for some of you guys who are doing something new, especially when it comes to like a new job, someone might think that the work that you do may be very secretive, or there's something to do with maybe theft, right? So for example, like you're on social media, someone might think that you making money on social media, say you're a content creator or whatever the case may be, right? Someone may think that you're being very sneaky or secretive about the job that you have or you do. And no offense, but that's no one's business, okay? Like, that's no one's business what you do and how you make money. If you're making money honestly in an honest living, there's no need to have judgment about how people make money. I said this yesterday in my video where I said a lot of people who have morals and integrity, they're not going to sell themselves short just for money. Okay, I get it. People go through things. You got to do what you got to do. But a lot of people would rather work at McDonald's, and nothing is wrong with that. It's just an example. They would rather work at McDonald's, flip burgers, okay, and work 10 other jobs before doing something they know is not for their highest good. Okay, so take what resonates with that. But there is something about your energy though, where people might think that what it is that you're doing, okay, they may feel like, you know, you're being secretive about it, but there is something about the consequences of someone's actions that could be very significant. Someone could be getting consequences because of their actions, right? So, Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective for November 19th? And some of you may have Moon in Aquarius. Okay, take what resonates with that. So yeah, okay, intuition, spirituality, higher power, something to do with the high priestess. Maybe you guys are the high priestess, but there is something about water energy that's very significant. And the moon, okay? Some of you guys, your third eye is being activated at this time, and Spirit is asking you to trust your intuition and your wisdom at this moment, okay? There's something about hidden knowledge or secrets that are going to be revealed, and you need to be able to listen closely to your inner voice, okay? For some of you guys, this is about partnerships. So this is about your finances, okay, your partnerships, your work ethics, and daily routines. Self-care is very significant, but we also have here balance, harmony, okay? There is something about, for some of you guys, when it comes to like your emotional sensitivity, you have empathy, and that's your power. Okay, you have support, you have trust, you know, there is something to do with teamwork and partnerships in alignment. So again, when it comes to communication and balance, you guys are moving towards that. Unionship is very significant for somebody, okay, but obviously take what resonates with that. So Spirit, what else does the collective need to know? Clarify Seven of Swords for the collective. What do they need to know for Seven of Swords? What do they need to know, Spirit, for Seven of Swords? Yeah, so Knight of Wands wanted to show up, okay? For some of you guys, when it comes to you and your energy, you may show up as someone who's rebellious, maybe free-spirited, okay? You guys could be water and fire placements as well, or fire and water placements, but there is something about someone else's energy that could be in yours at this time. Someone could be trying to show up for themselves in this energy. So just like with the intuition with the high priestess, right? It almost feels like for some of you guys that in this energy here, you could have been dealing with somebody who's very overprotective when it comes to the finances. So if this is a boss or somebody who's higher up, there is something about you feeling like you were getting close to some type of financial stability, and then maybe there was some type of financial deception. Okay, so because of this, you guys are doing a lot of research when it comes to your energy. When it comes to career, you guys are finding out what what resonates for you or what fulfills you, if that makes sense. Okay. Another thing that I would notice as well, for some of you guys, when it comes to your courage and the energy that you're in, there is something about a financial risk, okay? But you're very ambitious and determined at this time, all right? 12-12 could be very significant. This is about maybe choices that you're making, okay? So the harmony that you have through growth, this is learning through duality. For some of you guys are harmonizers, you guys are balancers, right? So when it comes to growth through compassion and having patience, when it comes to the masculine and feminine harmony, coming together with yourself as well could be significant too, right? But there is something about collective growth, okay? Growing within the collective, growing within your community and people who you're supposed to grow with, right? 12 could also be about, healing, right? When it comes to a lot of things, right? Healing, karma, even past life energy, right? So obviously the number 3 for some of you guys, this is about your creativity, your expression and joy. You guys are moving towards, more joy with what you're doing, okay? Even the number 3 talks about third house, which is about, education, your mind, the way that you think, okay? Your neighbors, how your neighbors may perceive you, how you treat your neighbors, okay? Some of you guys could be, close to your neighbors, right? So it sounds really weird, but it's almost like maybe you guys are closer to your neighbors more than your family, okay? The Lover's card, right? Gemini energy. Communication is very significant. The number 6 talks about your wealth, health, wellness, okay? Fitness, hygiene, and daily routines, right? This could be about your coworkers, your work habits, and how you're organized, okay? Even how you service other people might be very significant. Maybe the service that you provide is very significant. Someone could be coming towards you maybe for assistance. So 6th house talks about being the healer, the harmonizer, okay, empath, caregiver, that kind of stuff, right? So when it comes to healing relationships, even when it comes to like responsibility, being guided by love, okay, to service other people, this is about giving and receiving and heart-centered leadership, okay? Some of you guys are healers, and there could be someone in your energy that could be coming towards you, okay, for your assistance in the work that you probably provide or the work that you do. So Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective? And again, this could be about partnerships, okay, love, collaborations, even joining forces with someone else with finances is very significant. Yeah, so this energy that I'm picking up here, like I said, this could have been someone with either authority or had more power, but whatever the case may be, you were aware, like you knew the High Priestess is someone who knows all, the unseen and seen, and that's the energy I'm picking up. It's like you knew, and because you're someone who's free-spirited and you're ambitious, there's something about you stepping into like a harmonious energy, okay? So instead of choosing negativity all the time, instead of choosing to post like negative things all the time online, or just posting or just being negative in general. So you know when people post certain videos where they start talking about like I hate men and I hate women and power to this and that, like basically putting genders or races or cultures or whatever the case may be down. It's almost like this energy where there's a lot of people where if you're healed, you can sense when other people are unhealed, okay? So even posting messages or videos about your ex or your relationships in the past, for somebody who is healed, you're not going to talk about certain things of the past. Even if you do talk about it, it's from a healing and learning experience, right? Example for me, like I'll talk about my situation with my old job, right? But that's only because of what I do, because I like to talk about those things so that you guys can see that, hey, this is life. Life can be lifing, and it all happens to us in different parts of our journey. It's just how we handle it and how we go about it. So Queen of Swords energy for some of you guys. You guys are receiving clarity at this time when it comes to stepping into your authority. Leadership is very significant. Some of you guys may have Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And even if this is not your North astrology placements, I would check your Vedic if I were you. Vedic astrology is another part of astrology as well. A lot of people say that Vedic astrology is the true astrology. Okay, so I would check that out because even I found out that I'm a Gemini sun in Vedic, but then I'm a Cancer sun in Northern astrology, right? So again, there's a lot of things maybe that you may see about yourself that you're like, I don't think that's me, but there's a possibility. So yeah, there's something about receiving clarity at this time when it comes to partnerships, unions, things of that matter. Okay, there could be you receiving clarity about past situations that don't serve you, and now you're able to communicate with clarity and wisdom and what it is you want, right? Being very principled, being very fair, and being very objective. Okay, there's something about for some of you guys too, even if you don't have Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements, there is something about justice, okay? There's something about justice and the way that you communicate, okay? The way that you think. So even if you don't say a lot, it's like the universe can hear your thoughts, okay? So let me see if I can get a dream oracle message just to see what shows up. So Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective at this time, please? Yeah, so Spirit is saying to create, okay? Like I said, when it comes to your past situations, right, you guys are receiving clarity on your creations, okay? The full moon is very significant. Something could be very significant for some of you guys when it comes to the full moon. But as I mentioned before, Spirit is saying to create, okay? If you are someone who posts on social media like, how I'm posting right now, Spirit is saying to create, all right? We have freedom, okay? For some of you guys are stepping into your freedom at this time. And I did mention this and I talked about this, okay? About the, the angel numbers and stuff. So stepping into freedom is very significant when it comes to your creativity. Birds are very significant, and doves. Hot air balloons might resonate for somebody as well. And we also have revisit, okay? Some of you guys are revisiting something from the past, right? Whatever this is that you're revisiting from the past, you've already received closure for this at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so whoever this is that received closure, you're aware about certain things that people think that you're not aware about, okay? And that could be also very scary for people because they want to know how you know. But intuition never lies, okay? And also something could be happening within the next 4 hours, okay? Because with 13, 1 and 3 equals 4. So something could be happening in the next 4 hours from this video, or something to do with minutes, okay? Minutes could be very significant. But We have here full moon in Leo, okay, and I did say the full moon is very significant. If you guys notice, there's a moon here, so this looks like a new moon, and that looks like a full moon, or they both could be, it's just the image. But yeah, some of you guys, full moon in Leo, go wild, is very significant. Some of you guys are needing to go wild. Leadership is very significant. Playful energy is very significant, right? New moon in Leo, okay, and I did say that without looking at the card, which is so funny. But new moon in Leo is shine, okay? So if you have Leo placements, Spirit is saying to shine, okay? Shine your light. I don't know why I'm picking up Chiron energy as well. Some of you guys may have your Chiron in specific placements like Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And there's something about you stepping into leadership and being very authoritative in leadership, okay? Someone who's very clear in the wisdom that they share, someone who's very concise, okay? And even when it comes to like financial independence, some of you guys are stepping into that energy soon, right? So it feels like some of you guys during the winter time, you guys are going through this energy of preparation, okay? And then once you've prepared, then you'll step into your leadership, okay? And leadership doesn't even have to be a job. It could just be you taking leadership in your life, like moving out on your own, starting a new job, okay, putting yourself out there, okay? So, phases, it says shine, okay, and this is the card that came out. Shine even when you're not whole, okay? That's the energy that you guys need to be on, okay? You guys need to shine. Even if you don't feel 100% about yourself, still shine. Because you shining your light could be shining other people's light as well, okay? So we have here cat, okay, and then Leo showed up, so cats, Leos, lions could be very significant. This is giving divine feminine energy, you know, for those who resonate, but cat, playfulness, okay? It says a cat at play is wholly in the moment. Embrace your sense of playfulness, right? So get into that playful energy, that Leo energy, all right? Another thing I was going to double check too, because, you know, I like to look at the moon phases, right? So let me see if I can even open it, if it will allow me to. I don't think it will. Oh, here we go. My tablet is so slow. Okay, so again, right now we're in the new moon at this time, like literally today, okay? And it's funny how these messages are coming out. So the new moon is in Scorpio at this time, and I did mention that Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo Chiron could be very significant. So actually tomorrow, November 20th, from what I'm looking at with the app, it is showing that the moon cycle is in the new moon still, but it's actually transitioning into Scorpio / Sagittarius. And then it goes into Sagittarius on the 21st. Capricorn energy on the 22nd with Sagittarius, okay? And again, Capricorn sun wanted to show up in the messages. So obviously take what resonates with that. That could be also confirmation, okay? And then we have Aquarius energy after, okay? Then it goes into Aquarius on the 26th. The 27th, it goes into Pisces. And then I believe on the 29th, it goes into Pisces and Aries, okay? And then it goes into Aries. So, and that's like the waxing gibbous moon phase, right? So take what resonates with that. But sweet black sheep wanted to show up compassion. It said there's no small act of kindness. Look out for ways to care for those around you, okay? So again, communities could be very significant, neighbors, you know, take what resonates with that, but that could be also confirmation. Frisking ferret, enthusiasm. It says, if you can tackle a task with enthusiasm, you'll soon find it's no longer a task, okay? So I'm going to end it here. Guys, take what resonates with you at this time. And yeah, the time right now is 10:01. So 10:10 is very significant for some of you when it comes to wholeness, divine order, rebirth, and, you know, feeling whole within yourself, okay? For some of you guys ended out a cycle, and now you guys are starting a new beginning, especially with the new moon being in Scorpio. So yeah, take what resonates, guys. I'll see you guys next time, and thank you for the love, the support that you guys have been giving and sharing to me. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. All right, guys, love you so much. Bye.